If you invested $10,000 in Tesla stock in 2013, you would have $664,000 today. How did Tesla get here? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about for the rest of this video. And as a bonus, I'm going to answer if Tesla stock can provide similar returns over the next 10 years. All right, so stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss that. So, here's Tesla's returns, the total return for the last 10 years. I put the date March 8, 2013. And see, for the first, all the way up until, let's say, 2019, Tesla stock, it looked like it was relatively flat when you look at how explosive the stock became in 2020 and the aftermath of the pandemic. The confluence of factors really worked in Tesla's favor. The fact that legacy automakers had difficulty with their own production, which gave room for Tesla to ramp up its own production and increase sales and add back orders and all of that, it all worked in its favor. On top of that, it also worked in Tesla's favor because consumers had extra cash in their pockets and more folks were investing in the stock market, and Tesla became a very popular stock to invest in. That popularity, however, has waned, has come down, as you could see here, since 2022. The stock is actually down big time. You look at this, if it's been cut by more than half. You look at it's up 6,600 for 6,640% in that time. It was up more than 12,000% before the fall from 2022. So it's not just about the stock price. The stock price moves up and down, usually based on fundamental financial metrics that's happening with the company. And you could see the fundamentals that underlied Tesla's increase in stock price. Look at Tesla's revenue for the trailing 12 months. I mean, yes, it was growing nicely up until 2019, 2018. But look, this is where it really ramped up production and it ramped up revenue and sales. And this is when it really exploded. So it had revenue of less than 20 billion here in 2019. And in the trailing 12 months, its revenue has absolutely exploded all the way up to 81.46 billion. And it's not just sales that were fueling Tesla's um, stock price growth, is that this increase in sales for Tesla was leading to increase in profitability. The company got good at learning how to produce these cars at lower costs. So with each year, they got better and better at lowering the cost to produce these cars, and that led to increasing earnings per share. As you could see here, earnings per share for the trailing 12 months, it was going downward all the way up to 2018, 2019, and then it finally reached a level where it can produce cars profitably, and that started to boost the earnings per share explosively all the way up to $3.62 in the trailing 12 months. So long as Tesla can continue increasing its earnings per share at this rate, it could fuel the stock price growth in the future, especially when we look at the valuation. If you look at Tesla's stock price, looking at the forward price to earnings ratio, it's not very expensive, trading at just 31.73. So it's not very expensive. So if you're thinking about, hey, I missed out on Tesla stock over the last decade. If I jump in now, is it too late? Can I expect similar returns over the next decade? And what I would say is, you know what? Probably not. You're probably not going to get a 6,000% return over the next decade in Tesla stock. But that's okay. You don't really need to get 10,000, I mean 6,000%, right? Wouldn't you be happy with just getting an annualized return of 25 to 30% in Tesla stock? That would be nice, right? So I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. Maybe you're not going to get the similar returns that Tesla delivered over the last decade, but if you invest in Tesla stock today for the next decade, you're probably gonna have more money than you started with, right? You're probably gonna have more money than you started with, and that should really be the goal of investing is, hey, I want to look for investments that are going to provide me with an increase of my wealth over the long term. An increase of my wealth over the long term. Now, if we bring risk into the equation, then now we're getting a little bit more, technical as far as, should we buy Tesla stock or not? Because it is very risky. Tesla stock is very risky, especially now that several competitors have entered into the fray and they're all ramping up production, right? They're all of these EV companies are ramping up production, as well as the legacy automakers. They're all ramping up production too. So everybody's ramping up production. Competition is increasing, and you've noticed that Tesla has instituted several rounds of price cuts, lowering prices for its cars, and competitors have also lowered prices. So competition is heating up both in terms of the supply side, the cost of goods sold are increasing because of all the competition, and prices are coming down because of competition. So this makes Tesla stock more risky. It certainly makes the stock more risky. But if you're the type of investor that is risk tolerant and you don't mind taking a little bit of extra risk, then you could go ahead and go into Tesla stock. If you're looking at long-term investing, you're probably going to have more money in 10 years if you invest in Tesla stock today versus that time. Now, are you going to get this explosive 6,000% return? Probably not. Probably not. But that's okay. That's okay. You're still going to increase your wealth, and that's the goal as an investor. All right, so that's all I've got for this video. As always, I truly appreciate your viewership. If you like this video, I'm going to link to a few other of my videos that I think you'll also enjoy. So please click on one of those and I'll see you over there.